Enemy craft is hailing us, Captain.
On screen, Mr. Sulu.
Feast your eyes, Enterprise!
Cower, mortals, and repent.
Fascinating. This is Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. You are approaching a restricted area. Identify yourselves.
I am the mastermind, Jack Hodgson.
I am Slimeball.
And I'm Boo.
Yes, you see, we are not...
Hey, Jake's back here too, man. Got any doobies?
Jake notwithstanding, we are...
I control minds with my cuteness.
Boo, we get it. We are the Global Lords United Endeavor.
Global Lords? United Endeavor?
G.L.U.E. Why, if that isn't the most damn stupid name for a supervillain group I've ever heard.
We shall conquer your puny galaxy, piece by piece. Because we're
G.L.U.E, and we're unstoppable.
Boo, stepping all over my lines here.
Spock, what do you make of this?
Fascinating and annoying. Captain, it appears this group, G.L.U.E, is composed of a shape-shifting entity, a small alien female, a hippie, and a nerd. These life forms pose no significant threat to our vessel, or to anything else for that matter.
Any capacity for destruction?
Highly unlikely. Their ship is crudely constructed out of cardboard and duct tape. I doubt they're equipped with any firepower to speak of. Except maybe pipe cleaners. They could have pipe cleaners.
The pipe cleaners of death.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Jack Hodgson, and the rest. But I'm afraid your silly little attempts at humor and theatrics are quite useless. Prepare to be smeared across the spaceways. Sulu, prepare to fire.
Arming photon torpedoes, sir.
Oh, game's over, Jackie. It was fun while it lasted.
Well, then now wait a minute, Captain Jerk. I mean, look, we come in peace. We were just joshing ya. Your Keebler elf man there said it himself. We're harmless. A few little pipe cleaners here and there aren't gonna hurt anybody. And besides, if you blast us away now, you won't receive your gift. Jake, rock 'em with the music.
Groove on, soul brother.
Unscramble that transmission.
They're jamming our signal, sir.
Disco? Disco? My one and only weakness.
Captain, I can't control my body.
My hands. I have no control.
The music. It seems to have a hold on us, Jim.
Can't stop thrusting. Can't resist urge to boogie!
I believe I'm dancing the robot. It's totally against my will, but I'm loving it.
By the great bird of the galaxy. It's mass-induced disco duck.
Oh my.
Join us, Bones. Shake that moneymaker.
Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a BG.
You mustn't resist the boogie of the beat, Doctor. It is logical.
Logical in your damn Vulcan mind, Spock. I'm going back to sickbay to get my tools.
I'll do the fan dance, Doctor.
Mr. Scott, how's the party in the engineering room?
I'm giving it all I got, Captain. I'm twerking my ass off. Do the butt.
Feel like I'm gonna be sick.
What on earth are you morons doing? Stop dancing. Everybody cut it out. This wasn't in my script.
We have no script, but we must dance.
My script, my beautiful script, pulverized once again. My total incompetence.
Come on, Harlan, take a chill pill. Embrace the love.
Love? You want love, Shatner? I'll show you love.
No, wait. Harlan put the baseball bat down.
Well, that's expensive Starfleet equipment.
This has been a test of your emergency Kobayashi Maru system. Photos available in the gift shop. Thank you.
Greetings, humanoids.
Wow, a glowing talking donut.
I'm not a donut, idiot.
Oh.
I am the guardian of forever. I am my own beginning, my own ending. I possess the knowledge of millions of your smartphones. I am also your master of ceremonies tonight, at least until Enshohma and Brayton get back from their field trip through time. They're probably off crushing butterflies somewhere with Archduke Ferdinand. Anyhow, against my better judgment, I shall now offer my wisdom. Through a brief question and answer period, I shall try to contain my excitement. Yes, you in the Starfleet uniform.
What's your favorite episode of Star Trek?
My poor, poor soul, I have seen empires rise and fall, planets be born and die. I really haven't the time for Star Trek. Pardon the pun. Also, Designing Women was a better show. Next question.
Well, I gotta disagree with that.
Quickly, quickly. Time waits for no man.
Yeah, I lost my car keys last week. Where'd they go?
They have escaped to the fourth dimension. Next question.
Well, you said you're not a Star Trek fan. What is the most exciting thing you have witnessed?
If I had to choose, I'd say the very creation of the universe itself.
Oh.
I remember thinking, this is going to be big. And boy, was I right. The universe has been keeping me entertained ever since.
Can you take us back in time to see it?
My portal is already in use.
Oh.
Next train leaves Thursday. Anyone else?
After they're done, can I use your time portal to go back in time and apologize to my ex-girlfriend?
Oh, Jesus.
Really sorry about the bees.
How primitive. Tell you what, no more questions. Let's play the quiet game while we wait for Raf and Brayton. I'll be signing autographs in the commissary after the show. Imbeciles.
Twitch. The Final Frontier. These are the voyages of Raf and Enshohma and Brayton Connor. Their bi-weekly mission to explore strange new shows from decades past, to boycott Paramount Plus and fart in its general direction, to boldly stream where no man has streamed before.
There's nothing but blinking, and there's glowing, and there's little switches and knobs that keep blinking and snitching and then blinking and beeping and just more bleeps and beeping going on around here. What the hell? You're supposed to stop me, Brayton. So.
It's TJ Hooker night! Woo!
Yeah! Woo! And then
Hooker's a good cop!
Yeah, and then after that, we're going to do a live reading of Tech War. Woo!
When is Boston Legal Night?
It's too much.
Oh, I love that show.
Okay, so
that was my introduction to the Shat.
Really? I thought you saw Star Trek long before you saw Boston Legal.
No, well, no, not the original series. I mean, I had probably seen, I was aware of it in the periphery.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a big fan of Boston Legal, mainly for James Spader, though. I was a James Spader fan before I was a William Shatner fan.
Right, in the good old days before he was turned into a robot man. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Robot man. So anyways, those wonderful little audio plays you heard at the beginning of the show while we were waiting for our beautiful faces to arrive. Questionably speaking.
They can't see our faces.
Ah, damn it. We are very handsome individuals. Yeah. Brayton, touch my giant chin.
Oh, it's pulsating.
Awesome. I shall rub your wings.
Okay. Well, this is off to an uncomfortable start.
Yes, indeed. So, anyways, just imagine we're beautiful Adonises, literally, the ones you mourn for. But anyways, this is yeah. Anyways, this is the start of just a random television night. In fact, the temp title for this little program is "It's the Television Fun Time Show."
I liked mine better. I liked TV Tuesdays on Twitch, even though this is Thursday this week, because I'm a sucker for alliteration.
Yeah, okay, maybe we'll go with that then. But no, this is just a random thing we're going to do every once in a while, where we just take a couple episodes and watch them live here on Twitch. Sometimes with
of various series.
Yeah, various
not
series.
Just Star Trek.
Yes. So, but no, tonight, the funny thing is, I've never seen, other than Who Mourns for Adonis, which we referenced earlier, I've never seen a single episode of the original Star Trek. And I have seen several episodes of the animated series, but not this particular one we're going to be watching tonight. But Brayton, would you further like to elaborate on this?
On what?
Tonight's triple feature, so to speak?
Oh, well, okay. All right. Yes, as Raf mentioned, this is, I guess, a sort of spin-off of the movie Graveyard Shift, where we'll be doing this every once in a while while the stars align. Yeah, so I became a big Star Trek fan over quarantine. I kind of committed. I should backtrack a little bit. My real introduction to Star Trek was the J.J. Abrams film, and I was totally turned off by that. And then it came out in 2009, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, even as a 10-year-old boy who loved action movies, it was just not for me. I vastly preferred Star Wars, and all my life for the longest time, I was on the Star Wars side of things. Even though, really, after watching as much Star Trek as I have, it's more evident than ever how much of a silly, even debate that is. The two programs, franchises, whatever you want to call it, they couldn't be any farther apart. You could probably make more of a debate for something like Star Trek versus Battlestar Galactica or something. There's the real debate, which side are you on? But no, I started watching it in full, though, and committing to it during quarantine. My introduction to it, to where I saw the good side of what is possible in the Trekverse, was the movies. That was really what got me into the swing of things. So after I was done watching all 6 of the original cast's motion pictures, I came back and started at the very beginning. Started with The Cage, in fact, the unsold pilot with what's his name, Jeffrey Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and worked my way through the original series in production order. There's not that many episodes. There's only 3 seasons. You could feasibly make your way through it, in a week if you watch several episodes a day.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved it. I think it's I've always been a huge fan of the movie Forbidden Planet. Funnily enough, Robert Wise went on to direct the motion picture.
Mm-hmm.
But and this series kind of is, like I was mentioning to you the other night, sort of if you stuck the Twilight Zone, the original Twilight Zone, Forbidden Planet, and William Dozier's Batman, when it comes to some of the more campy episodes, all in a blender, and out came a delicious television smoothie from the 1960s. I can definitely see why it has as much lasting power as it has. But I'm surprised you've never seen any of the original series, but you've seen oodles of the preceding ones.
Yeah, well, the thing was, growing up, Star Trek Next Generation, but more so Deep Space Nine and Voyager, were way more readily available on our local Channel 13.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a KTLA or KCAL. I forget what the exact station number is for it. But yeah, there was a time where me and my youngest brother Gabe, we got into Star Trek Voyager big time, and we watched plenty of episodes of Deep Space Nine, because sometimes they would air Deep Space Nine before Voyager, or early in the evening, around 6 or 7 o'clock, sort of a syndication deal. So yeah, we kind of had a little bit of a crash course, and of course we've seen some of the movies here and there. It's I think everyone's seen Star Trek 4. And you showed me Star Trek Wrath of Khan, but that's Wrath of Khan, I should say, not Khan.
It still's creeping in, isn't it?
Yes. So, Captain Kirk, why did you decide to kidnap this giant gorilla from the planet of the skulls?
Well, does that mean you have not seen the Undiscovered Country 6, the final one?
I think I've seen Undiscovered Country. That's the one where they're trying to make peace with the Klingons, right?
Yes.
Yes, and it's a waste of a good David Warner again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like David.
Not
Warner.
a waste of a good Christopher Plummer, though.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, that's how they were able to fix all the plumbing on the ship. I got a little laugh from you. So.
But no, I get that, and I should mention, I guess I totally blanked on that. Sometime after I would have seen the original, or not the original, dear God, the J.J. Abrams film. I would catch episodes here and there of Voyager when this is a long involved story. I can't remember if something was wrong with our laundry machine. I think it was broken or something. Just it could not be used.
There was no
so we would go to the
Plummer
local.
To be found.
I know, we were devoid of plumber. So we went to the local laundromat for a month, and Voyager would always be on, like in syndication on the CW, which is kind of like, you're back in the day you had a UPN, which would just air syndicated shows and really cheaply bought shows. So I would see episodes of Voyager at the laundromat. And I do have a soft spot for Voyager. Again, I'm making my way through chronologically, and I haven't got there yet. In quarantine, I watched TOS and Next Generation, all while they were on Netflix before the great Paramount Plus move, and loved those. And now I'm starting DS9, so I'll get back to my precious Janeway eventually. But that's interesting that you haven't. That this is sort of a blind spot for you, since it's the one that everyone knows.
Yeah.
And again, me being a total noob, I was at least aware of the tropes of it.
Yeah, well, first off, before I continue, it was KCOP TV, Channel 13 here in Los Angeles.
K-Cop.
K-Cop, oh no. He's a good cop.
Like Cop Rock. Oh my God, Kirk Cop. TJ Hooker. Oh, we should say, by the way, too, happy birthday, William Shatner. We were going to do this last night, but really tonight is the ideal event.
Yeah, and you have no interest in seeing him play Two-Face in Batman versus Two-Face, so we're not.
I've seen that. Yes, those were wonderful.
He's like, okay, I'm glad to hear that. I thought everyone just started hating those movies for no reason whatsoever. So
I don't know who you're talking to. Maybe your evil twin.
Yeah.
Plenty of evil twins in Star Trek.
Yes, indeed. Mine is Far in Moja.
It's okay.
It's
not a literal mirror universe where everyone's left-handed.
Yeah. It's like nothing at all. Anyways, no, Kate. Yeah, it's funny. The thing about Star Trek, though, let's be fair, there's so many episodes of these combined with all the various series and movies and all. There's way too much to get into. It's not like a Star Wars where, for a brief, wonderful time, you only had the 3 movies to worry about and maybe 3 more.
But then there are the books and the cartoons,
the comics and all that. But yeah, no, with Star Trek, it was definitely kind of a very big, episodic, hard to get into thing, especially in the day and an age where VHS tapes were not as affordable as they would towards the end of their lives, and DVDs have yet to adapt these episodes. And even when they did, the early Star Trek DVDs would only have like maybe 1 or 2 episodes on them. So as opposed to today where you can like fit at least a good 4 episodes on a decent DVD, regardless if somebody claims the quality issue goes down or not.
I know my generation is truly spoiled rotten.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but no,
everything at our fingertips.
Yeah, but no, I was very happy that KCOP Channel 13 would play a lot of Star Trek, because that's where I think UPN was connected to with that syndicated station.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was basically the Star Trek channel for a while, and they stopped that around, I don't know if it was after Voyager or during Enterprise, but one of those shows, yeah, some show got the boot. I think Enterprise was the last one to be on KCOP UPN. But no, it's like it'd be nice to get back into it as just regular series, especially since I haven't seen much of the new Trek, but based on from what I've seen of the Abrams movies, yeah.
You don't need to see much of new Trek.
Yeah.
The Kelvin timeline was the downfall of everything.
Yeah, and sadly, it's like, no offense, I do have friends who love Star Trek so much that they just eat this stuff up completely. Like, like I've seen a couple episodes of Lower Decks, and it's a lot of fun, but at the same time, that's the animated one. But
the second animated one.
Yeah, the second animated one, the one that's meant to be comical. And granted, it is pretty funny. I do like a lot of the characters in that one, and it is neat that they bring back all the obscure characters just for background filler and guest stars. But at the same time, it'd be nice to go back and see classic Star Trek before this insane need to do a to turn Star Trek into Star Wars because Abrams wanted to do Star Wars instead, and he got his wish. The lucky son of a gun.
Well, that I mean the wanting to be Star Wars and wanting to do Star Wars. To be fair, though, span all the way back. I mean, we wouldn't have the motion picture if was it Paramount didn't want to do Star Wars, didn't want to one up Star Wars.
Yeah, to be fair,
because phase 2 was in the works for the longest time. After the animated series, which we will be showing an episode of tonight. But no, that's what finally gave them the boot to want to do a big special effects science fiction film, and saw what they had in the archives, and let's pull Star Trek out of the compost pile.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, because even knowing that a lot of people like to think the narrative is Star Wars came out and suddenly everyone was doing sci-fi space operas, the truth was there was a lot of projects that were already in development. Star Wars just gave it an extra kick out of the door. Infamously, The Black Hole was at Disney for like many years before, I think as early as 71. And for a while they wanted to make it into a disaster movie. It was only until Star Wars came out that's like, oh yeah, now we have the confidence to actually get this thing out of the door. And of course, I know the audio commentary for Star Crash makes a really excellent point that even before Star Wars hit the theaters, there was already a kind of crescendo of science fiction, fantasy, and horror entertainment that was slowly filling the cinemas, but it was all like B-movie material or more down-to-earth blockbusters, like, the original Jaws or Exorcist.
Well, wasn't like Planet of the Apes like in that time frame? Wasn't that like the one that really cracked the dam on like a revival or on a mainstream scale for high concept science fiction?
Yes. Planet of the Apes started in the late 60s, but the sequels, despite the fact that the budgets were constantly getting slashed each time, until eventually we got to Battle for the Planet of the Apes, where it was a bus in the middle of a field. Those movies did relatively well at the theaters and were played numerous times in like matinees. Of course, infamously, there'd be like the 5-movie marathon Go Ape that would play on kids' matinees, and you can imagine how much the little kids' butts would be hurting watching those 5 movies in a row. But yeah, Planet of the Apes was a big thing. It was the first real science fiction franchise, and that also inspired kind of more science fiction and fantasy films to come. Just Star Wars ended up being the dam burster, so to speak, and then after that, the 80s was nothing but fantasy.
It was an avalanche of, as you say, stuff.
Yes, exactly. We can to a lesser extent, we can also throw in the Doug McClure, Kevin Conner directed fantasy films with dinosaurs and monsters in it that were also coming around that same time and doing fairly well for what they were. So yeah, and you're right. Star Trek Phase 2 was an idea that was in the works for a long time. It was either going to be a TV series or going to be a movie, and there were even plans to do other Star Trek movies like Star Trek and the Planet of the Titans and whatnot. But yeah,
everything was stalled, and then when it finally came time to do the thing, it was rushed into production.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm so happy we do have the Star Trek movies, because I love how because I know these actors were still kind of like television royalty, but it was nice that they got their own little film franchise, and we got roughly 5 out of 6 good movies out of it.
Yeah, and like I said, though, that was my introduction, and I think those are like really good, gateway drugs into it.
Yes,
because they're very fun, endearing movies in their own right. Some of them,
yes,
the majority of them actually. I mean, you mentioned that you have friends who just eat all this stuff up. I confess there are some awful episodes of even the original series, like Spock's brain, and I think it's Gatekeepers of Triskelion.
But Brayton, what the hell is a brain?
It's terrible. What does Spock need with the brain?
Right. What would Spock's brain need with a spaceship?
Yes. Well, speaking of that, I pretty much like all the original cast movies, like even the motion picture, and even the Star Trek V, the notorious worst movie in all of science fiction. I think is a mess, but it has really amazing stuff in it. But I think that's like a condition maybe of where I'd been told that this is the most awful thing for the longest time. And when I finally got around to it, I was like, oh, it's not that bad. I think that might have been it. And by that time I had grown such an attachment to these characters, I would watch them play Pong and be satisfied. But no, I mean, the movies definitely were like it's sort of a weird thing that sprung them about, but it's great that we have them, and great that DeForest Kelly got more chances to be on screen where giant rabbits weren't involved. Because he's my favorite. Like out of the big three, yes.
Okay.
He's got such and totally. I will say, he has great stuff in the original series, but I even think I think he's a bit underused. Because usually his place is just to make snark.
Okay, but yeah, I'm excited to see what tonight's episode is going to be like. We have Goji Shea in the chat, and who knows? I just realized, in addition to being Shatner's birthday, they're also showing that Tokyo SOS in theaters right now. So who knows how many people are going to be coming in late, going like, "Oh, we're back from the movie showing. What are you losers watching?"
Okay.
I'm just saying we might have a small audience tonight. So.
Okay.
So. All right. So you want to do a setup for the first episode we're going to be watching?
Yeah. Well, and I should say the big feature of tonight is City on the Edge of Forever, which isn't my favorite of the original series episode, but it's arguably the best and an absolutely quintessential one. It's the most highly regarded one. It won a Hugo Award, the main story was written by Harlan Ellison with major adjustments later on, which he wasn't too happy about. But it's a terrific episode. But as an entree to that, we have a quick little sci-fi time travel tale called Tomorrow is Yesterday. And I should also mention that I think I'm a sucker for time travel, so those episodes of any of the series are my favorites. And we're watching Tomorrow is Yesterday, which has the crew blasted back in time many years before Star Trek IV, and they encounter an Air Force man. So that'll be our first one.
Okay.
It's a time travel tribble feature. I didn't want to put tribble in the card here because I didn't want people to think I spelled triple wrong. Who wouldn't get it, but I thought that was a clever pun.
Yeah, we don't want to deal with that shit right now.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're going to...
That's going to hit the fan.
Yes. Now, are we going to mute ourselves while we play the episodes, or are we going to just... Because I know we're not going to do a full-on comedy commentary like we usually do with these films we've seen.
No, I say we can leave our microphones on and talk occasionally and riff occasionally.
Okay.
Just to separate this a little more from the movie Graveyard Shift.
Yes, which will be coming back in April. We're just taking a little while to charge up our batteries. And besides, we're at 20 episodes right now, so I think we're okay for first season. So...
Well, this is our second season.
Oh, the beginning of the podcast version of the movie Graveyard Shift.
Beginning.
Yes. Okay, so I will open the episode. What I'll do is I'll mute us so I can at least get the technicals out of the way, and then we'll be back to watch the episode itself. So we're going to go into a short intermission, and we will see you guys when the movie when it starts. We're just going to do a very light commentary over the episodes along with you. Okay.
The better version. Desilu.
Thank you, Lucy.
Yes. Lucy actually had a big part in getting it on the air.
Yes, she did. So, yeah, thank goodness.
Never had a guest spot, though. Damn it. Didn't need any makeup at all. Just put her in one of those robes. Trot her out there in front of some paper mache.
Welcome to my planet, Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
I can fit all these tribbles in my mouth at once.
Lucy, no. This is a weird episode, guys. I'm William Frawley, damn it.
Yes. So there was your second Star Trek episode.
That was surprisingly witty. Yeah, usually I've seen enough old school science fiction programs where I was expecting that level of just kind of like, I don't want to call it intelligent humor, but again, witty I think would be the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
So, granted, some of the jokes were like, did we really need that? Like the sex computer.
Oh, I thought that was harmless, and I thought you would get a kick out of that.
No, it's funny, but it's like, what is it? Oh my goodness.
A planet of women thought I needed more personality. So now it's sexually harassing Mr. Scott.
Just giant robot claws come out of like the air vents to slap all the guys on the butt. Damn it, Jim, we gotta get this computer under control.
Yeah, the voice of the computer in all the Star Trek series was Gene Roddenberry's wife, and I can't tell if that's her doing that voice and putting on the sultry attitude or not. But
that seems right. That seems right. So in Goji Shea, he says, "I like the flirty computer voice."
Yeah.
Okay. But no. Other than that, yeah, it was very well written. It was very fun. It's like if that was a basis for Star Trek 4, I could see why they would, because.
Yeah, it certainly has some similar elements to that with, having to get people back. And the woman in Star Trek 4 ends up staying with them, though, in the future.
Yeah.
The whale lady.
Yeah, to be fair, she would be the only one to know anything about whales in that time. But, yeah, it's like, what is it? It is a future society where everything's A-okay. If you were displaced there, you could pretty much get a free home and live the rest of your life fairly okay.
But it would take some getting used to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The culture shock. So it's sort of like.
I mean, the minute after they get back in that movie, she's sitting in the trial seats next to people with monkey heads and 2 heads and.
And Goji Shea says yes, that was Majel Barrett as the voice of the computer. So
okay.
Yes, I almost said Majel Barrett Brayton. It's like, what? She has the same last name as you?
It was me.
Oh my god. My computer opens up.
Nice live stream, dear.
By the way,
Mr. President.
If you haven't noticed, Brayton is taking over the role of Boo and all the other female characters from now on. So we're
only because I put that together at the last minute and we didn't have Win on hand. That's all.
That is true.
That will not be a reoccurring. It'll be a one-off scary version of Boo for when you do those voice actor compilations. I'll only be 2023 to 2023.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah.
But anyhow,
yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah. Now, when they teleported them back, I know they teleported them back like at the right moment, although it was a little confusing with the guard. But did they rewrite history, or did they wipe their memories, or what was that?
I imagine it's a total memory wipe because the guy lost track of the Enterprise, and he wouldn't have reacted like that if he had remembered.
Right.
Same thing. So no, they would have transported them back like the split second before, with the exception of the guy who stumbled into the room, the security guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but no, that was very refreshing because I've seen other time travel episodes, like was it the infamous Lost in Space episode, Lost on a Hostile Planet, where they go back to modern day, but it's like somehow modern day is filled with every redneck with every shotgun imaginable. Yeah. It's like, even when like Will Robinson shows up, it's like, we gotta shoot this little kid in the face.
I mean, it is Bill Mumy. He did terrorize that town in Twilight Zone. Maybe
that's
knew.
Right. Yeah, with his telepathic mind powers.
Yeah.
So who do you think could take out Twilight Zone Bill Mumy?
Twilight Zone Keenan Wynn.
Oh yeah, okay.
Just ride him and then throw him into the fire.
You've been a bad boy, my son, so I'm gonna have to write a story where you get eaten by an elephant. Bye.
No can do, Rod. That's the way it goes.
How would the Twilight
That elephant is terrifying. And can we not? We're not going to talk about Twilight Zone live.
Yeah, but I'm just going to say how hilarious it would have been if Twilight Zone only had one season. It was Keenan Wayne that ended it.
Yeah, you got to wonder
See
if
you
there's
later,
a continuity to any of it. And he, at the end, he's flat out says that he controls the Twilight Zone. So he's the real mastermind.
Keenan Wynn. Did Keenan Wynn ever show up on the Star Trek?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Neither did Bill Mumy.
All right. Okay, so
that would have been a little too meta.
Okay, so the next one that was a lighthearted episode. We're going to get into some of the heavier stuff coming up.
Yes, but that was an episode written by DC Fontana, Dorothy Fontana, who was one of the a real pioneer for women writers in primetime television, and also one of the most famous of the original Star Trek writers, who then went on to the lesser great first and couple seasons of Next Generation, but she's an absolutely phenomenal writer, and she also wrote Yesteryear, which we'll be ending the night with tonight. So I thought that'd be a bit of nice, circle continuity for us to start with an episode that she wrote and a Twilight Zone or a time travel episode, and one that I really like. It's definitely a lesser of the heavier, weighty messages ones, and just sort of a light adventure of the week story.
Yeah, but it worked out great.
With a really great cold open.
Yeah, no, it worked out great because it has a great cold open. It's very witty. It's very intelligently written. I'm glad that for lack of a better term, it's relatively pleasant compared to like other time travel stories of this ilk, where it's like, oh no, we gotta shoot and kill everybody. Your typical episode of the time tunnel.
Yes.
They can't visit any time period without everyone killing each other for the first 5 minutes. And also I'm glad you told me it was a Fontana story, because a lot of these unfortunate female science fiction writers of the day always get accused of writing nothing but Harlequin romances. But no, that was just a very well put together adventure story, and also visual proof that Captain Kirk can kick ass.
Absolutely, like I said, flying ham. That was I don't know if that was choreographed, but it was sure exciting.
Yeah, no, it was very well choreographed and was very well filmed too. You really felt the impact.
And it was him. It wasn't, a stunt double.
Yeah, exactly.
It was actually him doing it. Because like in the famous Space Seed episode with Khan's first appearance, the great battle between William Shatner and Ricardo Montalban is 80%, shot from like 20 feet away, and it's obvious stunt doubles who don't look like them. But no, here he proves that he can fling himself with no regard for his own safety.
Now, how come like other fight scenes, you think they didn't get much time to really rehearse it, or because of the bulky creature costumes and the somewhat the sets that cannot be easily expended with?
Well, I don't know. There are definitely some good action sequences in the original series. Like I was mentioning to you, one of the first all-powerful humanoid characters we meet in Star Trek, which is sort of a basis for Q, is a character called Trelane, and he and Kirk have a great like duel. But just when it comes to fisticuffs, I don't know. I think that was kind of it's kind of a typical thing with a lot of shows of this era, though, that I find particularly charming. Is one soft karate chop to the back of the neck can put you down. But I just think attention was paid in different areas, and they didn't want anybody to get hurt, and it doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah.
But no, really impressive work here. And less of a spacefaring adventure stories tonight. But when we do another Star Trek episode or episode night at some point in the future, I'll bring in some of the more weird stuff. Because you haven't even seen the famous Gorn episode, so that's definitely got to be on the chopping block.
Yeah, and Goji Shea also recommends the Tarlane episode. So
yes, it's great.
Yeah, that sounds like right up my alley. Kind of like a bizarre, like a wacky villain,
a petulant child who controls a whole planet, and his parent, the voice of one of the godlike parents, is the voice of the Guardian of Forever, who we'll be listening to next.
Okay,
Same actor.
Yes, and I have the episode ready to go too. So.
Oh, okay. You want to do any preamble before we get into this one, or anything else about Tomorrow Is Yesterday? Kind of a cut and dry episode.
Yeah, no, a very strong episode too. Like everything worked out beautifully, and it is one of those fun episodes that you could introduce somebody who isn't in Star Trek and get like a very
because you're seeing it through right, because you're seeing it through the Earth, the modern day, or at least back then point of view. So it's kind of a nice introductory to the crew and to Starfleet and all the weird mechanics that go around with it. But no, I think what did they say? I think this episode is set like a year or two after the episode premiered. So for people at the time seeing this, if you're just tuning in, I think this is a great way to be introduced to the whole thing.
Yes, I do have to ask. Okay, you were trying to mention earlier that this particular episode was a sequel to an earlier episode.
It started as a sequel to an episode, and then they reworked it into its own standalone thing. The episode I mentioned, or I also made reference to, with it's the famous George Takei goes mad and takes his shirt off and tries fencing everybody episode. I think it's called. It's not a Muck Time, because that's the Pon Farr episode. I think it's called The Naked Time. Because Lulu's naked.
Yes, and they made a. I do remember. I've never seen the original Naked Time, but I know they tried doing a very unsuccessful sequel to it in Next Generation, where basically all the female characters were just horny as hell. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not Captain's Holiday.
Yes. I'm alone with all these MILFs. Number one.
What can I do?
But no. Okay, so with that says, I know I'm kind of infamous for being the cheesecake and fan service guy when it comes to drawing characters and all that. But I gotta say, holy crap, the dresses were just way too short. Like I can see why Michelle Nichols was thinking of leaving
Nichelle
the show.
Nichols.
Yeah. Is it Nichelle or Michelle?
It's Nichelle. with an
Nichelle
N,
Nichols. Yeah, I can see why she wanted to leave because, holy crap, there was like some really uncomfortable panty shots going on throughout that whole
Yeah, she
episode.
never said that was the reason. She more, the typical actress reason of not having, that much to do and wanting to do other things. And that's when Martin Luther King said, "No, stay.
You are waifu, lady."
Yes.
Sorry about that. That was a horrible impression. But no, that was ridiculous.
Or as Link, I'm not gonna say it, but that famous Lincoln episode. He, have you seen the clip of that at least?
No.
He says, "What a charming negress."
Oh my goodness.
But luckily, though, everybody gives him shit for it. It's like we don't use that language in the future.
Oh, I didn't know that. Also, I'm not the real Lincoln, so give me a break.
He's a guy who does Lincoln for birthday parties. First off, what lame kid is having a Lincoln at his birthday party?
It'd be funny, like halfway in the episode, all the historical figures are like, guys are really taking this pretty far. We should go before we start killing each other.
Yes.
Okay, but yeah, we got the next episode ready, and this is definitely a slightly heavier one.
Oh yeah, one of the most heavy ones. This is The City on the Edge of Forever,
Mhm.
written originally by Harlan Ellison, and I read the script, a few years ago, but the IDW comic I just read today actually,
Mhm.
and it's not bad, but it definitely illustrates how different his script was. Because Bones is the one who
don't tell me it ends with Captain Kirk killing Spock and then feeding the skin to his telepathic dog.
How did you know?
Oh, Harlan, you heartless bastard.
I love cynicism.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, is that the reason? Oh god, Frank Sinatra gave him hassle because he had a little cloud over his head.
Hey, is that a French cloud? No. Is that an Italian cloud? No.
No. Okay, so we'll start this episode and go into detail about it. But yeah, I would like to ask more about, what the compare and contrast. I will say this, when the credits starts, I'm going to go quickly do something, be right back before the credits are over. The opening credits, I should say.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, here comes our next episode.
So I guess I'll have to sing the theme song by myself?
No, I'll just be quiet for a few minutes. So
all right, do a countdown so I can play it at the same time as you.
Okay, so 3.
And it's the one with the pillars is the overlay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the weird purplish one. Oh god, the pillars that looks like they were animated.
Yes.
Let me change it. Damn it.
I had it labeled. I had each file labeled.
All right,
for
there
which
it is.
episode.
The pillars. Boom, you're happy.
Well, it was very simple.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So 3, 2, 1, play. Hooray for Desilu! Yeah.
Desilu!
Whoa! CBS stinks.
Crappy bullshit.
Yeah, you ruined everything, Paramount.
Yeah, there you go. Fun fact: Lou Ferrigno also, I think we mentioned on one of the previous things. With the previous to this, the other Star Trek episode you had seen was the Who Mourns for Adonis episode.
Right.
And there was that Star Trek fan series where Michael Forrest came back. Lou Ferrigno also played a villain in that fan series where he was green.
Wow. Yeah, maybe we should put a couple of those fan episodes on the docket because those.
You want to do a fan film night?
No. Just that one fan. Unless it's that Mystery Science Theater Gamera thing starring those handsome gentlemen in the red robe and the purple
I hate those guys.
What do you mean? I think they have a certain.
I think they're dead. They're never going to do that third one.
Yeah.
I left comments and everything.
Yeah, it's like, what was it? They were like walking down the street and they got hit by a truck. So.
That's right. Crow was crushed. I'm shattered.
We kept the TV's Frank. It's like, why did you deliberately stop me, Dr. Forrester?
Well, you could have saved him, Steve.
And Professor Boa was like, he knows. He knows.
He knows.
But no, that was a really good episode. It's like,
yeah,
like no offense to Harlan Ellison, but what the fuck, dude?
Well, Harlan Ellison, I think from all accounts, and again, I'm a fan. I like the guy. And he's written many great science fiction television episodes. But he detested being rewritten. So I think that was the source of that. and again, the whole ruins debacle and
Right.
them really scaling down his ideas. Like I said, and I've only read the script once quite a while ago and the IDW adaptation today, but it is an entirely different, or it isn't an entirely different story. The gist of it is still there.
Yeah.
But
Well, okay.
I just think it was the culmination of the many little changes that upset him most.
Yeah, because okay, so I know that originally it wasn't just supposed to be like ruined a monument. So it was supposed to be like
Right. It wasn't it wasn't a monolith. It was a literal city
Mhm.
that spoke. And
Whoa!
yeah.
So the Guardian Forever was originally going to be a sentient city.
Yeah. It was the city on the edge of, like, a literal city on the edge forever. It wasn't as Harlan Ellison. He's the guy who initially called it a donut and complained about it being a donut. Yeah.
Well, first off, yeah, that was very ambitious. There's no way they're gonna get away with that. And also,
No.
another freaking kaiju to my list in the unmade department.
And he and Roddenberry had a falling out from that, but they got together to be friends again
Mhm.
years later. He actually was involved in the initial 12 scripts that were, batted around for the motion picture. Yeah.
Okay, but no, that was a very good episode. It was naturally delivered too. It didn't feel forced, like a lot of science fiction stories where destiny needs to be met at all costs. It's like you've seen enough William Hartnell historicals to know how that can be. It's like you can't change one line, whereas here it's like it's so awkward, and then when they do unfortunately allow her to die, it's not a pretty sequence, nor is it a easy decision to come to. It was sort of a spur of a moment, unfortunate thing. So, although to be fair, that truck driver had so much room to stop.
Yeah, I saw. She could have seen her coming from a mile away. She sort of stuck out there. No one else.
3 blocks at least.
Yeah.
But no, very well written. Again, it has a very down to earth nature they don't expect from a lot of science fiction shows of this era. And yeah,
like I said, I do apologize for not being a spacefaring adventure night tonight. Well, that'll change with the animated episode. There are some creatures there. Let's say Spock has a pet that I think we'll all love, Booster. But
yes, let's read some comments. Laura says, "Whales, whales, whales." I met the Gorn. He was cool.
No, she's just a really big Brendan Fraser fan.
Indeed. Who'd win a battle, Boo or Brendan Fraser?
Brendan Fraser, James Doohan, or Boo?
Okay. Wait, did James Doohan ever play a whale?
No, but that's him who says it. He's really excited about it.
There'll be whales here.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see how you feel after this animated episode, but yeah, we can save.
Yeah, I'd like to make that a special thing, though.
Okay, yeah, because if we do it as an episode of the movie Graveyard Shift, we can bring in Andres. He's never seen Star Trek 4, right?
Right. Well, he hasn't seen any of the Star Trek movies.
Really?
And I do want to do Wrath of Khan in an upcoming episode of Fully Endorsed, so save it for a little while. Well, let's do a thing with just me, you, and Laura at some point.
Okay, yeah, even if we just do Star Trek 4, because because Andres has a lot of Star Trek to get to.
Yes.
Well, that would be a fun. Yeah, let's skip the possible Kong 76 commentary and just do a live watch of.
We can talk about this after the show. Let's talk more about the City on the Edge of Forever.
Okay. So,
but no, it's played beautifully well by everybody. Shatner, of course, has always gotten gruff for being Shat. But he's a very capable actor, and there are moments, obviously, and many moments at that where that. If not criticism, where that observation is truly pointed. But no, he plays it very brilliantly well here. Real heartbreak at the end.
Yeah, no. It's like not only is he extremely charming in this, but yeah, you really do get the pathos quite a bit from everybody.
Yeah.
Spock
and the gravity of it.
Yeah, Spock's a little bit of the nadir of the three, but no, he serves his purpose incredibly well here, and Nimoy's performance as well. Although what I liked about the previous episode, and it may have been overdone for comedic effect, but I do like how Spock, he keeps logical, but you see a lot of his own reactions of amusement throughout the episode.
Yeah,
so
see,
it's like
an eyebrow raise says so much.
Yeah, exactly. Although at the same time, Spock does have a cute moment where it's like when people start noticing, it's like, oh right, the ears, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He was caught in a Chinese threshing machine.
Yeah. And again, I know this episode has a good reputation, but it's also one of those things where everyone knows the twist, everyone knows the ending, but they don't know the whole story as a whole. And as such, a lot of people from my experience, people tend to skip this episode because you try, how's this episode? Joan Collins fucking dies, move on. Or, that kind of attitude. It's like, oh, thanks for spoiling the ending. But no, overall, the whole thing was very well acted, very well done. Joan Collins, yeah, she's a very attractive lady. Let's get that out of the way. But she definitely plays somebody so charming and sweet that you really do feel bad when she dies. And unlike a lot of female characters in old science fiction programs like this, and Star Trek infamously, I might be safe to say, we actually do get to know her character a little bit. But at the same time, it's kind of a sad little thing where she basically talks FDR into not pursuing insane atomic weaponry, and
I know.
Oh no, Nazi world.
It's like a quadruple-edged sword.
Yeah. Thank you. That's a good way to put it. And it's funny too because here I can still buy it as it's always that interesting idea of the butterfly effect. Like one little change will change history completely and totally. It's like what's a good point? It's amazing.
Well, and I understand there are a lot of, and I mentioned at the top of the show, I'm a huge sucker for time travel and all of those sort of circumstances of preventing things and trying to alter things and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's great, turn your brain off entertainment for me. But there are people who really get wrapped up, not naming any names, rhymes with Beal, Flask, Chryson. There are people like that who get really worked up about the logic of it and the absolutely every detail of it, and that sort of overwhelms their ability to sit back and enjoy anything.
Yeah, and then you have the opposite problem that you see way too often in modern fiction, where they don't give a crap about how the time travel works at all. Yeah. But I think this is a good middle ground. It's believable enough that you can buy it, and it does bring up some good questions, because again, the butterfly effect on paper or just in theory, it just seems like bullshit. But when you think about it, like how many of our personal lives, like we would like to go back and change bad days we had, but if we didn't have those bad days, it wouldn't teach us lessons or experiences that would make us better people in the future. Yeah. It's like, what is it? There's like so many Hollywood stories you've shared with me where there was this asshole producer, the writer and the director could have done without. But at the same time, had they not dealt with those individuals, would they have gotten their foot in the door in the first place? And would they remained, like, history would have been different? Like, nobody would know.
Well, I would say that, in the universe of Star Trek and asshole producers, everybody really shits on Rick Berman. And to be fair, the guy was a raging dick. But he was a big part in, steering the next generation, at least in a different direction than the first two seasons.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as much as we hate Rick Berman, if we altered history, then Star Trek would be a different beast than it would be today.
So, well, maybe that's, I don't know.
It'd just be nothing but like,
maybe that's for the better.
Yeah, like 3 seasons of like, let's go to the sex planet. Thank you, Gene.
Yeah.
But no, this was a very well done episode. I love the atmosphere on the planet with the Guardian himself. Although, granted, there's that one little awkward bit with when they come out of the wormhole just after they the time hole after they the donut hole after they
the donut portal.
Yes, after they
donut's hole in a donut's hole.
After they experience the tragic events that occurred, and it's like, let me be your guide through space. I'm surprised Shatner's like, not now, Guardian of Time.
That's his end of the tour speech, Raf. He has to give it every time.
Yeah,
he's trained to do these things.
Yeah, exactly. But no, that was. That was a really good episode. Like, the last one was a lot of fun, but it was still very well made for what it was. It was very witty. Yeah. This one was just very intelligently and well put together.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's not my favorite episode, and I don't know if it's, if you're going to show someone like a single episode that encapsulates all of the great elements when you think of TOS, I don't even think it's that. Like, I would show them something a little more campy. But as far as a straight-laced drama is concerned, I think it's quintessential and does wonders for character building.
Yes. And Laura brings up a really good point here, almost something worthy of a Star Trek ending. We learn greater lessons from trauma, sadly, than anything else. Yeah. No, you're right. It's like, how many people have gone through life completely without any events that humbled them, only to end up being like raging maniacs later. So, all right. And then Goji says Operation Annihilate and Obsession are 2 other episodes I know of that also have some real legit good acting from Shatner.
Yeah, he's, some of the speeches that he can give are a little, while brilliantly written, can be a little hammy at times. But like his well, for example, his end speech in the famous Mirror Mirror episode, you know, it sends chills up my spine every time, about him saying how one man can make a difference in the what are they called? Is it something Empire? I can't remember the Mirror Universe's.
Yeah, the Terran Empire.
The Terran Empire, yes, with the scary dagger through the planet.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I haven't seen that much Star Trek with the Mirror Universe, but like modern writers are so obsessed with the Terran Empire that it keeps being brought back over and over again. It kind of ruins the ending of whatever that first episode had. So.
Yeah, isn't there again, I haven't watched Enterprise, but isn't there even a mirror episode of Enterprise?
Yeah,
Scott Bakula is evil.
Yeah, there's a whole episode dedicated to the Mirror Universe, and then I think one of the many of the major characters in Discovery are from the Mirror Universe. So
I think it's always weird when they bring that, like, and I have, again, I'm in my DS9 early stages. I haven't gotten to the Tribble episode where they go back and Cisco fangirls for Kirk, but it's interesting when they call back to older stuff.
Yeah,
but anyway,
but I want like space gangsters to join the Enterprise. So it's like, don't worry.
There's another episode. That's another episode of Star Trek Continues. They revisit the space gangster thing.
Oh my goodness, yeah, but no. It's like, considering the comical nature of Lower Decks, it would have been a golden opportunity to have, like, you know, oh, this is our newest head of security. What's up, Bubala? I'm from the gangster planet. Don't worry, I'm reformed. Hey, yo. I'm here too, Detective Jennifer Crook.
I should mention too, in terms of lesser series bringing things back, they brought recently, I don't know if recent enough, they brought the Guardian Forever back for Star Trek Discovery.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, not Discovery.
Yeah, I guess, and again, I don't know what the storyline is or anything, but I guess a guy was a little old man was posing as a friendly type of omnipotent being before then, and then turned out to be the Guardian, who then just did something.
Okay, just let the donut be. Just leave the donut.
Yeah, again, you know.
Yeah.
The only other time they brought him back prior to that, to my knowledge, again, I'm not versed in all of the outside of television lore, but was in the animated series we're about to watch.
Yeah,
and here and less to lesser extent too, because here he's sort of just, you know, a convenient thing they use for history research. So it definitely provides a less ominous presence.
Yeah, as long as they don't jump into history, everything's gonna be okay. So, but no, the very good episode. I really did enjoy that so far. 2 for 2. Now we're gonna go into the dreaded animated episode.
The dreaded animated series, but the most loved episode of the animated series, the most heralded one. Again, the only one written by DC Fontana. I know that Michael Okuda is a big fan of this. The animated series is complicated because, again, it's just so rushed feeling, and the voice acting. It's nice to hear the original actors or the original cast, minus Chekhov, who gets replaced by panther people and bug people, and I think they're trying to tell us something about the Russians, but no, it's a very complicated show. Like, if Star Trek had died with the animated series, that would have been the most depressing thing ever. Yeah, I'm glad the motion picture finally did come along.
Yeah, to be fair though, it's like, believe it or not, I actually found like the complete collection of the animated series through Big-O-Lots. Yeah, it was for sale for $5, and I picked it up, and I've seen a lot of episodes from it. Not this one in particular. I didn't get that far. But yeah, it seemed, like I said, it's like as bad as the animation is, and yeah, it's Funimation. Like, they were, remember I was telling you, like, The Last Unicorn, they only went to Rankin Bass because they had no one else to go to. But at the same time, Rankin Bass was like their third from the bottom. At the very bottom was Funimation. Yeah, Funimation animation is infamously low budget and terrible. And while there's a lot of things about the behind...
Oh, yes, Laura mentioned here Devil in the Dark. That is my favorite episode.
Yeah, that's the one with the blob rock monsters.
That's with the blob rocks in the mining facility, yes.
Blob rocks, woo!
Yes.
Every day, Shatner's dealing with the blob rocks, woo! Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and apparently Goji Shea likes Devil in Dark too, so...
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, but no, we are going to be watching this animated episode because it is a direct sequel to this one. And it was popular enough that it actually got kind of reincorporated into later Star Trek. That I do know, but I've never seen the episode itself. So this is going to be another thing where its reputation precedes it, so to speak.
Baby Spock.
Baby Spock. Woo!
Spock babies, they're making the dreams come true.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Oh, that's right. Fascinating.
Not exactly. He's a little kid, not exactly a baby, but little enough.
Because we already got Baby Yoda. I can't imagine Baby Spock.
No.
So what's Baby Spock gonna do? Like climb you? Oh yeah, the Vulcan neck pitch. But yeah, no, this was a really good episode. I got the next episode ready to go.
Okay, hold on. I have to need a minute to get it on.
Okay.
Get it on in the morning. No, I need a minute. You converse with your people.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, just to let you know, this kind of Television Tuesdays or Television Thursdays are also...
Yeah, it was supposed to be Tuesdays, but then Shatner's birthday is today, so we did.
Yeah, so right now the temporary title is it's the Television Funtime Show.
No, mine is better. Okay, audience, vote on this. The two of you vote on this. What is better, Raf's title of Television Funtime Show, or my title of TV Tuesdays on Twitch, which has great alliteration? You decide.
We'll see, but we're not going to make this a weekly thing. This is going to just be every once in a while. So, and plus it'll be kind of a nice counter program. We're not up to doing the movie Graveyard Shift, even though we do plan on going back to that on April, unless you have something for us in the last week of March there.
Yeah, and these will be Twitch exclusive things.
Yeah, so, okay, so we're not, no, we'll talk more about after thing, but we're not going to make like any like cut down the whatnots.
No,
okay.
No, these won't be podcasts.
Okay. All right, we'll archive it in some way. So, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to move on to the next episode after Brayton does some things. But yeah, go ahead and ask any quick questions. Sadly, we're not doing any whales tonight, so there'll be whales here.
I want to see the whales. Those poor fucking whales, because after they get them on the ship, they have to drive back through the fucking wormhole, and their ship almost gets blown apart.
Oh my god, do you think the whales see...
And one of them's pregnant.
Yeah, do you think the whales see hallucinations of, like, a vengeful orca and zeuglodons?
Yeah, instead of the creepy CGI crew that they see the whales from Fantasia 2000.
Oh, those poor bastards. Anything but Fantasia 2000. Spit! I spit at Fantasia 2000. Damn you, Fantasia 2000!
What's so bad about Fantasia 2000? Explain it.
It's a dumbed down, stupidified version of the original Fantasia. Granted, the Rasputin Blue is really good, but it's like even when they do have good segments, they're so fucking short. It's not even worth a damn watching. So yeah, it sucks. And I know the original plan was they were going to put in more classic shorts to try to make the runtime go longer. But instead, it's like, oh no, everyone gets scared at all the dinosaurs and spooky stuff. So we'll just stick it to Disney and the Mickey and his little walking brooms. So you get like this 70-minute nothing film, and it's as bad as that is though.
Steve Martin.
Yeah, that's the real clincher. I know when the movie came out, everybody appreciated the variety of hosts. But no, you needed to stick to one host, and one who could be both playful and serious at the same time. You get a taste of that with James Earl Jones. But everything else is just all this stupid silliness and comedy. And this is coming from somebody who loves Penn and Teller. But even I think that their segment's embarrassing. So yeah, there's a lot of things I don't like about Fantasia 2000.
Yeah.
So sorry,
Laura just sent me a fun picture of someone with a rock monster at the con. That's wonderful, Laura.
We can share it. I can easily post it before the end of the night.
Oh, okay, I'll send it to you.
Yeah. So wait, Laura knows me. She can send it as well. And whatever, who gets it first? Okay, now on the count of three, Laura, Brayton, send the image to me. Go. Boom, boom, boom. Dun, 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 dun,
I phasered myself.
Laura and Brayton are fighting. Dun, 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 dun. And like Boo's just sitting in like the giant Vulcan throne, like excellent.
But yeah, I'd like to do Star Trek 4 as a pre-recorded podcast if that sounds like interesting.
No, that's not a bad idea.
Or a commentary.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Commentaries
at all.
are a little easier since you don't have to, you have the movie to bounce off of.
Yeah, we could definitely bring in Laura if you want to join us on that. So, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so poor Sally had a rough ride to the future. Oh, that's right. One of the whales were named Sally. So,
yes. Oh God, what's the other one's name? Sally and I don't remember.
Sally
Funny
and
moment.
Babumbos?
Sally and Jumba.
Jumba is only a player in the game of time travel in space.
Samson and Sally, right?
Samson and Sally. I think so. Hold on. Yeah, quickly, tell me, what was the name of the whales from Star Trek 4? Go! Bum, bum,
No, it's something more innocuous than that. It wasn't Samson. It was...
Steve? Sam?
Hold on, I'm going to look it up, actually.
Okay. We'll get to the cartoon episode soon.
I need to find this out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you sent the image. Okay, yeah, I'll share this. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, yeah, I'll share that later. So...
George and Gracie, of course.
Really? That simple?
Sally.
Yes.
You think that if there were whale names, they'd be silly names like Skippy and Squirtle.
Yeah, I knew they were really like innocuous, cutesy.
Yeah,
George,
that's hilarious. Okay, but when you're ready, Brayton, we'll start the animated episode and then wrap it up.
What a good movie.
Big Ben. No, the whale isn't called Big Ben. Oh, wait, yeah, Big Ben, the time travel whale from Rudolph's Shiny New Year.
Boo. Big Ben.
How you doing?
Okay.
Oh, you ready?
Yes. Oh, do you have switched the thingy?
Yes, I'll switch in a little bit. Thank you for reminding me. I almost forgot. I know I have the episode on standby. So yeah, let me just get the Horda image for the end of the night.
Laura says she had to commune with the Rock.
Okay. Oops. Hold on.
Yeah.
Fit the screen.
Spock is forced to mind meld with the monsters in the episode.
Okay.
Grody.
What about Grody? What is that?
Well, I mean, you had to touch those things.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So that's we're not using the pillars. It's going to be the some simplistic looking blue sides.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, and the cartoon. Okay, then we are ready to go.
Okie dokie. Let's do it.
Yes. Let's fall in love.
No.
Okay, darn it.
You're gonna get hit by a car, Raph.
All right, That's the only way to save the future from G.L.U.E becoming successful and causing the Miss Blue fascist army to take over.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, Raph. I hate to stall this anymore, but I have a phone call coming in. I have to take this.
Okay, I'll entertain the audience with my fan dance. Boom, 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 boom. You guys can see this, right? I'm shaking my groove.
Hello, boys.
Okay, so yeah, we'll wait for Brayton to come back. But yeah, if you guys have any quick questions, go ahead. But yeah, Brayton says we can do a whole bunch of other things on this stream, including tokusatsu stuff, without him around. So unfortunately, because I thought it'd be funny at the end of the night to play an episode of Power Rangers in Space, where they try to do like a Star Trek action episode, but it's like, which one do I choose? The one where they're on the planet where there's a bunch of creepy Jawa-like aliens who worship a giant ant lion monster. So what other episodes are you wanting to see, Raph, from Star Trek? Like I said, I've barely seen anything from the original Star Trek series, so there's like at least 3 good seasons there. I've only really seen Who Mourns for Adonis, an extended clip from the episode where they used the Constitution of Independence to kind of calm down an alien planet.
I'm back.
Hey, you're back. Okay, you ready?
What were we talking about? Yes.
They were wondering what other episodes of Star Trek I've been wanting to see, and I said practically anything from the first Star Trek, because I'm guessing even the bad episodes can't be as insulting as modern Star Trek.
Well, no, I mentioned Spock's brain at the start of the thing, which is notoriously reviled, and the Game Masters of Triskelion. You know, those are really revolting, but they have.
Well, of course, the Game Masters of Triskelion is terrifying. It has triple skeletons in it.
And it has Brain Guy in it.
No, oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
One of the inspirations, because of the talking brain.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
But no, a lot of even the lesser episodes I do, have, because like the Harry Mudd episode from the first season, not great, but there's endearing elements to a lot of these shows.
Yeah.
Like I said at the start, it's like, It's William Dozier's Batman, the Adam West Batman show, put in a blender with Forbidden Planet. It's nice stuff.
Yeah, no, and these 2 episodes have been winners so far, but let's see how this animated thing holds up.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so I'll count us down to 3 and begin. So, all right, and don't worry, everybody, you're on Twitch. We're going to watch it together. So, all right, ready, Brayton?
I'm ready, Brayton.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah,
not bad though.
Yeah, no, not bad at all. That's the sad thing though. As radio plays, these would be fantastic, but as animated episodes, they are lacking. So
yeah, I've been kind of thinking of like editing like this one particularly as a radio play, but done in the original, style without the crazy disco music and things very telling of the 70s at the time.
Oh, come on, you don't like
and the poor guy, I don't know who it is doing the voice of the Guardian in this one, but man.
Yeah, because the Guardian has a great voice, and it's like, and
yeah, that's Bartel LaRue, which sounds like a Star Trek name. Yeah, I don't know who that guy is. Sounds like someone on the verge of death.
I bet it's Doohan. Boom,
I bet it is just making a joke of the whole thing, that clever nut. But anyway, yeah, that's a pretty good episode.
Yeah, not bad at all. So yeah, no, again, I can imagine.
And the theme of tonight is death, birth, and saving history.
It's all about family, Brayton.
That's what's so powerful about it, Jim.
So except for
my damn brother who went on his religious zealot mission to find God.
Come along, Spock. Let's go find God together. I haven't seen that one, but I'm familiar with his brother too. So.
We can watch that for Guilty Pleasure Month.
We'll see. We got tons of choices to choose from, unfortunately. So. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up. And Laura's still like, whales!
The whales!
She keeps adding another quotation mark each time she says whales.
You know what's viscerally upsetting though about that movie and whales particularly is when they show the footage of the whaling and the people skinning whales. It's oh my god, it's horrible.
Yeah, it is horrible. It does.
This is obviously a movie though done years before Blackfish and the killer.
Yeah, but also it's like, as horrible it is to see that footage, still it gives a better visual punch. And
that's what I mean. Like it's one of the early examples of that. Like years before Blackfish was showing the oh god.
Yeah, but no, it drives home the point of just how unfortunate whale hunting is.
Yeah.
Whereas today it's like they dumb down everything for mass audiences, where you can't even hint at horrible things happening without being so vague that the normal Joe on the street will miss it out, and any lesson therein will be completely ignored. So,
yeah, as fun and as much of a a good-natured adventure comedy as that is, it has its moment, especially right from the beginning, hitting you with the gut punch of dedicated to the people of the Challenger.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
but it's like, speaking of awkward handling of death in your fiction, did you see the? I'm just going to say this. Did you see the trailer for the Power Rangers Once and Only special that was released today?
Is that a joke?
No, I'm not
kidding. Did I see that trailer?
No, okay, so they're doing like a reunion special for the original cast members of Power Rangers, but the Chuli Trang, who played the original Yellow Ranger, Trini, she died many years ago. So, of course, the idea is that in fiction of this special, her daughter, Trini's daughter, is going to take over the Yellow Ranger, and says, "Oh, that's not a bad idea." But then we saw the trailer, and holy shit! So instead of doing the dignified thing and having Trini die off screen, guess what they do? Oh God!
What?
They have Robo Rita Repulsa just outright kill the Yellow Ranger, and now it's a vengeance mission. Yeah. It's like, oh my god, like, you could have handled that better.
That's bad.
Yeah, she gets shot off a cliff. It's like, there's Brayton.
Real noble death there. What, like catapulted or slingshotted or
no, Robo Rita is about to blast.
Which Robo Rita sounds like Roto Rooter.
Yeah, it's a robot version of Rita Repulsa.
Oh, great.
Yeah, she blasts.
We needed another one.
Yeah, she's about to blast Billy with her laser beams, and instead it was Trini who gets in the way of Billy. And then it's like it fades to black, and it's like everyone's looking at the bottom of cliff at this explosion. So, oh god,
can we talk about Star Trek again?
Yeah, we can talk about. I just had to get that off.
No, but seriously though, if you want to, speaking of Power Rangers, like we said, this won't be a weekly series, but maybe bi-weekly, and when things turn out well, if you want to do Power Rangers episodes, like I said, with someone else, you're more than willing to do that.
Yeah, because I can't think of any good Power Ranger episodes to subject you to, and that's something like an Andres
hit like a one out of the park, or not one out of the park. He hit a wild card with a Metalder thing, and how much I enjoyed that. So I'm not.
Oh, Hokaider, not Metalder. Metalder is the one you hate.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Mechanical Violator. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I prefer that to Hokaider.
Yeah. No. I had to get that off my chest because it's like this little children's show from the 70s did a good job handling death, and I know it was very well praised when it came out originally. I think it didn't get a Peabody Award, but definitely got recognition.
Yeah.
But no, just comparing that to just how kind of shallow and nasty the on-screen murder of the Yellow Ranger was. That's just what it reminded me. It's like the big difference of quality and in maturity between the two stories. Yeah. So, although, do you think this episode would have been better if like a robotic Khan blew up the pet with laser beams?
Yeah, just give Khan the like detachable wrist hand that guy had from Inner Space. the doer everything hand.
Exactly. Take that laser beam chest.
Laser beam pecs.
Yes, indeed. He didn't die.
Ask me if they're real. Will you tell me?
Yes. No, Laura's screaming for more Trek. It's Laura. We'll do the whales at another time.
Ask Laura right now. Would she be up to doing a podcast commentary on that?
Yes.
One that was pre-recorded, and we can edit and put together on your channel.
Yeah.
If she would like to join us for any future Star Trek nights in the future, she's
in the future.
Since she's the resident, she's more knowledgeable about me. Again, I'm not by no means, a Trekkie. I'm approaching Trekker territory. I haven't even seen Trekkies. I wonder how that holds up.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely a huge fan of everything I've seen. I've sat through all of TOS and TNG over the last couple of years in the movies, obviously. But, the whole world of Star Trek is still, what is that term? The world is your oyster when you have all these things to discover. That's
so if we're talking about Power Rangers, your world is your oysterizer.
If we're talking about Power Rangers, the world's a pain in my ass. But
she says 100% yes. She's always down for Trek.
Okay, great. Yes, we'll talk about that. Yeah, I think that would be fun to do those as actual videos. Maybe we could do those for my channel even. And I can have them stored up for when we get our episode released. I can put them on my channel.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I would like to do Star Trek videos for my channel.
Yeah, okay.
Make it an actual YouTube channel.
Yeah, and I do know, like, I would like to use this platform to like introduce you to more Doctor Who episodes.
Right. Yeah. Well, this show with TV, I don't know if they voted on whether they like my name or yours.
Oh
better.
Yeah, you guys never gave us an opinion. What's better? Like, what's your title?
My title was TV Tuesdays on Twitch.
And mine was it's the television fun time show.
Boo! Boo! No,
Yay.
But anyway.
Thank you, one guy in the audience. You're welcome.
What this show is going to be is kind of like Movie Graveyard Shift, but coming from both of ours, and it'll rotate. So the next time it'll be Raf either showing me Doctor Who or The Prisoner, right? We talked about.
Oh yeah, that's right. If you guys never seen The Prisoner, there's a great show. I know it's readily available on Tubi right now, but no, wait for us, and we'll do like a double feature of the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, and we'll do multiple episodes of a show whenever we do these things. It'll be a different show every time, but we'll come back to stuff that we've seen previous because they're shows and they have many episodes. But are you okay with the sort of layout here too?
Yeah.
Of like how it'll be like the main a main poster for the series, and then little bubbles of whatever the show is.
Oh
or
yeah, no, it works out okay. Yeah, no, this will be a much more loosey goosey show than the movie Graveyard Shift, because the movie Graveyard Shift we are honestly planning on turning that to like a proper podcast, and I hate to say it, but yeah, they chose your damn title over mine.
Ha!
So, but
I
that's
told you, alliteration always wins in the end, Raf.
I like that it's the television fun time show.
TV fun time show with my puppet pals, Saki. Ooh, he's a little crusty today.
Oh yeah, that's a master. Oh, good job, Brayton. Okay, that's why the Vulcans gave Spock such a hard time.
Thank you. Yeah,
Humans
that's why those
suck.
Little naked kids were pushing him down. Don't they do it? Isn't there a similar scene in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek where a little Spock gets bullied?
Yeah,
by other kids.
Yeah, I think so. Or
half human or something.
Yeah, no, I know when he was about to be accepted into the Vulcan Heist Council, it's like on your human side wasn't affecting you, and that's when Spock was like, well, fuck you," in a passive aggressive manner. So to be fair though, I think this episode handles the kind of Vulcan prejudice a lot better. Granted, kids are cruel, period. And it's funny that even knowing that Spock has grown up, little Spock is still like, "I'm going to show those bastards 1-4."
Once I learned the Vulcan death grip.
Yeah, but I do love how this episode handled Vulcan society a lot better than modern attempts at handling Vulcan society, because they really do treat it a little too cold and too nasty, whereas this episode perfectly sums it up. Vulcans are they're not without emotion, they just control it a lot more.
Yeah, they're very emotional, it's just restrained.
Yeah, and of course, like, what is it? Lady Amanda says that it's like, it's as wonderful as this culture is, it is very demanding. So, and I think that's a really good lesson in its own right. It's like really like how people can live in foreign countries, and yeah, it's like it's easy once you get the way of it, but it's still a very demanding dealing with cultural situations, both positive and negatively. So yeah, no, this was a very good episode, and as a radio play, it's fantastic. As a radio play with
you just gotta kind of shut your eyes.
Yeah, with Lou Schreider's fan animation, it's okay.
Except you probably think Godzilla shows up if you don't watch it. You know?
That's true. So of course, knowing me, it's like, oh wait, the rock monsters are back. Cool.
the giant serpent, the magic serpent is back.
Yeah, the magic serpent,
giant serpent, whatever that movie with the samurai film, remember?
Yeah. What about the magic? They're not remaking it already, are they?
No, but I'm talking the Godzilla roar.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they do use the Godzilla roar on Omomaruchi, the evil samurai. Who becomes a water dragon. Yeah, that's right. Yes. Although, it's funny. I hear the Godzilla roar gets so used often, it doesn't impress me. But when it's like a complete...
Well, I know, back then especially.
Yeah, but no, when it's like a completely lesser known Toho kaiju that's reused in sound effects, I'm like more excited. Like I'm watching like Car Ranger, and there's a giant shark robot, and it's like, wait, it sounds like Hedorah, yay!
Car Ranger,
because I'm a nerd. Well, actually, I might make an exception as far as Car Ranger and you is concerned, but we'll see.
I will not be watching anything called Car Ranger, Raph. I'm sorry. Speed Racer, I was willing to give you a mulligan on, but not Car Ranger.
No. Weird thing about, we might be doing a live watch of Speed Racer for the movie Graveyard Shift in April. And I'm only interested because that's not really one of my major choices, but at the same time, it's one of those movies that's interesting in its own right that you have to give it a watch regardless if it's going to end well or not. Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what you're going to think about that and how I'm going to react watching it again after all these years, but we'll see what happens. Yes. Okay, so yeah, no, they voted for your damn dumb title. That's okay.
You can complain about it being a voter fraud if you like, and then overthrow my bedroom.
All my fans of G.L.U.E riot in the New York streets.
No, it's just your dumb little paper puppets are gonna storm my bedroom, and Jack Hodgson's wearing a bison hat.
Take that, you!
Get out of my pocket, damn it! No, I live here now.
It's like the Twilight Zone episode, The Invaders.
Oh yeah. They try to get away in their cardboard Star Trek ship.
Don't come back! Don't come back to Brayton's room. Hostile giants.
And then Jack it's like it has to end with like Jack Hoskins jumping in his giant
Wasn't
robot.
that Agnes Moorehead?
Yes, that was Agnes Moorehead in that episode. So yeah, it's
Gosh.
yeah. So but no, we'll talk more about Twilight Zones another night. So
yes.
Okay, so yeah, that's basically about it for the. You say the title because I can't remember it.
Well, yes, TV Tuesdays on Twitch on Thursday for this special occasion because we're celebrating Mr. Shatner's birthday. A fellow Jewish Canadian.
Nice.
William Shatner. Yes.
Yes.
Who was he's I may be related to William Shatner. He's a Jewish Canadian and his character, Captain Kirk, born in Iowa, a proud Iowan. I bet that also makes Laura happy.
Okay, so it's not
That's what makes us cool.
So it's not a situation where you're distantly related to Martin Short. So
No.
Okay.
And I don't think we're related at all. I mean, me and Shatner, but I'm just saying connections.
Funny, yeah. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you missed out our episode on Inner Space when the movie Graveyard Shift, Brayton is distantly related to Martin Short.
Yeah, emphasis on distant.
Yes.
He's like my aunt on my father's side, third cousin, for some cousin. That's a cousin thing.
Yes. Yeah. So
former roommate.
Former roommate, cousin,
absolutely
maid.
Nothing. Yeah.
So, by the way, everyone says we should do a whole night dedicated to Tribble episode. So that's like 3 episodes.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that might be
Tribble Trouble. Yeah, I wanted to call this the time travel Tribble feature, but I didn't want people to think that I made a typo. And again, no Tribbles featured in tonight's program.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I know there's. Well, am I forgetting one? I know there's Trouble with Tribbles. There's the Tribble DS9 episode.
And there's the animated version with more Tribbles, more trouble.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, there's another Tribble feature there. So
another Tribble feature. That will be the Tribble feature.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll come back to Star Trek in a couple weeks, like after a few other things. We want to have a little variety in our. Yeah. What do you call it? But we could do a TNG night or, rotate between others.
Yeah. So, but no, I think the theme night is a really good idea. So, yeah. So
next, what will be your next thing? Either Doctor Who or
I would really like to do Doctor Who and show you the Mind Robber or something from the Second Doctor, or like
something with less, because I know there are multiple episodes in most of the, multiple episodes in most stories.
Oh yeah, no, I would never ever subject you to a 10-episode story. Not okay. Yeah, unless somebody paid us $100 on Patreon, I'd do that. But hell no. But yeah, the Mind Robber is only 5 episodes, but I could stick to one of the more simpler 4-episode ones. And if anything, I would like to show you maybe, like, Mind Robber would be a personal favorite to introduce to you. But then it's like we could actually do one of the general...
Who's the doctor for that?
That's the Second Doctor, Patrick Thornton.
Oh, yes, your buddy.
Yeah. So,
who may be appearing after the show tonight. Stay tuned for our... Stay tuned for our closing.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of great Tom Baker episodes we could do. And then, of course, there's a really good episode with Sylvester McCoy from the 80s, Remembrance of the Daleks. Which really showed Doctor Who was firing off cylinders towards the end, just before it got canceled, unfortunately. So yeah, there's a lot of good choices. I'll do my best to rewatch the episodes beforehand, so we don't end up like again with Carnival of Monsters. So
okay, yeah, because wasn't the Carnival of Monsters the Third Doctor?
Yeah, that was the Third Doctor.
So what's that actor's name?
John Pertwee.
John Pertwee, yeah.
Yeah,
and I like him because I've seen him have an appearance on Svengoolie and stuff, and he seems like a fun kind of guy. I like my doctors older. Is that weird?
Yeah, no.
Because I think I would like Peter Capaldi because I like him as an actor.
Oh yeah, Peter Capaldi is amazing. Even when his episodes suck, he's amazing in them. And his last season as a Doctor is like one of my all-time favorite seasons of Doctor Who, period. So, but yeah, he can be wonderfully grumpy and hilarious at the same time.
Yeah.
And I understand, yeah, I like seeing older actors play the Doctor too, but then sometimes you get a young actor who plays old incredibly well. Like Matt Smith does a great job. But yeah, no, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of good and bad about Doctor Who, but I'll try my best to stick to the good for now. So. Because I am not introducing you again as good as some of those.
If I like John Pertwee, I'll give Carnival of Monsters a second chance if I warm up.
No. Well, here's the sad thing about John Pertwee. He's really fun, but some of his most of his episodes, most of his storylines are like 6 to 7 parters, and the really good ones are unfortunately 7 parters. Oh, like the Green Death is a lot of fun, but it's also 6 episodes and Oh, wait a minute. Good man. I just remembered the Time Warrior. That episode, not only is it John Partry, but it introduces Sarah Jane Smith, one of the best companions in all Doctor Who, and it's the introduction of the Sontarans, one of the best villains of Doctor Who. So that might be a. If you want, we can do the Time Warrior next time. So
okay.
Yeah. So it's not as good. No, I think the Time Warrior would be an excellent choice. Okay.
Well, that'll be keeping with time.
Yeah, we'll just how about we just call it the time travel television dilemma?
Tuesday Time TV on Twitch TV Tuesdays.
TV time Tuesday, Thursday, triple show, blah blah.
Triple time. Hammer time.
Okay, so I'm going to get the last thing ready. So any last things you want to share with the audience before we call it night, Brayton?
Or are they saying anything?
Yeah, you got 20. Yeah, we got 20 minutes before we have to end this. So if you guys want, Shay says Partry's very much a James Bond-esque Doctor. I think a little more charming than James Bond. He doesn't kill as many people outright. Okay, and
Laura's confirming yes, there is. He beat them up in education units. Wait, so new Vulcan? They blew up Romulan and Vulcan. I just realized that. Yeah, that's right. They both became endangered species. You should do all the triple episode. Yeah, you read that part.
Yes.
Wait, how far is Brayton from Riverside?
I guess. Was that a
I don't know.
Short joke?
No, Riverside is where Kirk is from.
Oh, okay.
Riverside, Iowa. Yeah. Let me see. Distance Davenport to Riverside.
Oh right, I almost forgot. We got some Laura pictures to show on the screen. So
I'm only an hour and 6 minutes from Captain Kirk's hometown.
Let's go there right now with the magic of teleportation.
I bet there's just like some shitty statue. I think there is a statue there, but that's it. They did that. Shatner did that series, a short-lived series, I think on Sci-Fi Channel or something, in Riverside, Iowa, where it was like they were making a fake. It was a comedy, like mockumentary, but the town wasn't in on it. Where they pretended like they were making a movie, and he was a really over-the-top director,
right?
And they filmed it in secret. So that was a comedy show. I know that was a local thing there.
Okay, but yeah, no. Let me briefly show these pictures of Laura at the touching the Horta.
Yes.
Yeah. So Lorta, no, not Lorta.
Lorta touching the Horta, and they heard a who somewhere.
Yes, Laura. If you have any context for these photos, go ahead. But this is the first one.
Yeah. So. A Spock has to mind meld with the beasties in the episode. It's great. That would probably be, and next time we do a TOS night, that'll be definitely on there, because that's probably my favorite episode. Because it's at first very scary, very alien-esque.
Right.
But they have souls, these little blobs.
Yes,
these little rocky blobs.
And speaking of our good friend, the Guardian of Time, here's Laura as one of the bunny women of the planet Alpha Centauri visiting the Time Guardian. Her outfit, that's a description.
I thought you were gonna say her outfit, not mine.
Okay, and last, hold on, just because she sent these to me directly, so that's the only reason I'm sharing these.
Okay.
Okay, and hold on.
Yeah. Like I said, when we do if we ever do a DS9 night too, I want to definitely show you the episode where Far Beyond the Stars, I think it's where Cisco gets transported in as a science fiction writer in segregation the 50s, I think.
Yes, and then here's Laura as Captain Bunny Woman. Okay.
Bunny lady.
Yes. All right, so going back to the main title card. Oh wait, let's see if she had any comments about it. You should. Oh no. Okay, nothing yet. Okay. So yeah.
Shay used to have a toy Tribble when he was a kid.
Who?
That's nice. He used to have a toy Tribble.
Oh, nice.
I could make a Tribble.
Anyone can make a Tribble. Just get a fur coat and squeeze it.
Little hair balls.
Yeah. Okay. So the outro is 5 minutes and 2 minutes. Is 5 minutes and 2 seconds, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, because it will be played out with the song "Star Trekkin'" by The Firm.
Oh, nice.
Which is
then I'll
a lovely piece of business
that you introduced me to, I think. So
yeah.
Okay, let me just find a space background so we got something pretty to look at.
Oh my God, she is in Discovery. Now I'll watch the show.
Oh, who's in Discovery?
Laura.
Oh, okay.
From this picture.
Nice.
Yes.
So. Oh, hold on.
Oh, come on.
Sorry about that. It sounded like one of my cats are eating food. So.
Uh-oh. They're not battling another vicious cat with poison.
No. They're okay.
Okay.
All right.
But no, thank you for tonight, Raf.
No, thank you. This was a lot of fun.
Okay.
No, thank you. No, this was a lot of fun, Brayton. Thank you very much. And we will see you guys maybe Sunday. No. We'll see you in April for sure for the return of the movie Graveyard Shift. For now, we're just going to take a little bit of a break. But we're at 20 episodes and so far growing. So, okay. And hold on. Yeah, I'm just preparing the final.
No,
the final
you're preparing
countdown.
our trip back through time.
Huh?
We've got to jump back through time, Raf.
Oh, damn it. Enter me. I'm the donut boy. You want to go first, Brayton? It's going to be weird.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I packed all my accoutrements. I need a very fey jacket with poofy little collars.
Okay.
I need my go-go boots. I need my Walkman. I need my fighter pilot helmet. And a pair of baby wipes just in case things get rough.
Okay. And I just need this big laser gun.
Ah, here I go!
Take that, FDR! Okay.
And time has resumed, but Brayton and Raf are now trapped in ancient history.
Yikes!
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to rescue them. Use me as your gateway.
Well, that's that, if the glowing donut says so.
Damn it, I'm not a donut!
That glowing donut is no glowing donut, Daphne.
Why, whatever do you mean?
In fact, gang, let's find out who this Guardian of Forever really is.
Stay back, you. The Guardian of Forever has spoken.
Hey, Scoop! Dig this crazy TARDIS! It's totally unlocked!
Oh, bugger off, you burnout. And take your talking dog with you.
Let's solve the mystery.
No, pay no attention to the man inside the police box.
Oh my word!
Jinkies, it's the second Doctor!
Great jumping gobstoppers. I suppose you found me out then. Darn meddling kids. But even a Time Lord's entitled to one good prank now and then, isn't he? I think so.
What a rip-off, man!
Anyway, I was honored to be your Guardian of Forever tonight. A great night all in all, I'd say. That bit with Disco Duck? Priceless. And I'm certain Raf and Brayton are happy you stopped by. Those two. Talk about a dandy and a clown. Well, there's nothing else to say, really. Live long and prosper. May the Force be with you. And tip your waitresses. Jamie, let's get the hell out of here.